But I didn't know I was gonna get to the point that I'm at now. I didn't know I could become a millionaire. When you're famous and you have money, you have fame, you have access to so much, like you can get lost in it. It's very easy to like lose yourself. At a certain point, I did start to do that. To the internet, they kind of see me as a villain. Did a lot of things that kind of fed into that narrative. And I felt like for a little bit there, like people couldn't really connect to me. I needed to step back. Growing up as a foster kid, you're left with a lot of unanswered questions. You don't experience like real love and real parents. There's times that it hits you and it becomes real when you realize I don't have my family, I don't have nothing.
What happened with DDG, man? You squashed it. How did you take that break from YouTube? Like, it's obviously been, you know?
Took a toll on my mental life, just crashed.
What's the most you've made like in a month?
300,000.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Shakira, the director. And guys, welcome to the Directing Through Life podcast. And I have an amazing... First of all, guys, I actually looked up to this guy growing up, like 2016, 2K. I was watching his pranks with Jasmine. I was doing all of that. And now I have him here in the studio with me. Oh my God, Prettyboyfredo. Round of applause in the studio for Prettyboyfredo, man. Yeah.
What an amazing intro, Shakira. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
You know what I'm saying? Giving me the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to be on your pod. I've never done an interview before, so I'm excited for this. And I was like, I got to do it with her. Like, she's awesome. So I'm happy to be here.
Oh my God, I'm honored. I'm actually honored. Like, this is amazing. Yeah. So I actually want to direct through your life. It's called Directing Through Life podcast. So I want to direct through your life, see your trials, tribulations, your successes, your downfalls, and inspire others who look up to you, and not only look up to you, but people who probably even don't know who you are and live under a rock and need to know your story. Yeah. Now, I know you grew up, you were born and raised in Orlando?
No, not
Where
at all.
Was you born?
I was actually born and raised in South Florida. So I'm actually from this area. I'm actually from, do you know what like Belglade and South Bay and like?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm from the muck. Like they call that the muck. Like that's the hood, like the struggle, like the trenches, you know what I'm saying? But that's where I'm from. I was actually, my dad was an immigrant from Costa Rica. My mom, unfortunately, she was a drug addict. So I grew up in foster care. I was in foster care till I was like 11 years old. And then once I turned like 12, I was adopted, and that's when I moved to Orlando. So.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Some but I know, I remember I saw your documentary and you said that you had a sister with you as well. Yeah. Were you able to stay with her during that time when you were adopted? Yeah,
so my sister actually was supposed to get adopted with me, but she actually chose not to get adopted. So like when the process was going on for me to get adopted, she was, with me. And then ultimately by the end, she chose not to get adopted. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was always like in constant communication with my sister, but just chose different paths at the end of the day.
Was that hard? Like, because obviously you go through the struggles together, and when you're in foster care, like you obviously don't celebrate birthdays, holidays, Christmases. Like you don't get the regular childhood that every child gets growing up. Yeah. So how is it like being separated from someone that you grew up with and like was born and raised with, your blood? Like,
yeah, I mean, it was hard because, growing up as a foster kid, you're left with a lot of unanswered questions, and you don't experience like real love and real parents, like it wasn't until I got adopted that I experienced, people that actually cared about me, people that loved me, people that wanted better for me. Before then, it was hard. Like you're just in this world, you don't really know you don't know why. You just know your circumstance, but you don't know why you're in this circumstance. You don't know why life is like that. And it's not until you get older and you grow through these, these pains and these processes that stuff starts to make sense. And then it's a whole nother battle from there,
And obviously, because you're so young, like, did you know you were going through like any like sort of like trauma or depression or anxiety or anything?
I didn't like.
Or was you able to cope with it?
Yeah, I was. As a kid, I was really able to like mask it with like, just being a kid, like, playing football, being out with friends. But like, there's times that it hits you and it becomes real when you realize like, damn, I don't have my biological mom or dad. I don't have my sister. I don't have my family. I don't have nothing, Like, for instance, like, shit, you get like awards when you're like a kid, right?
Yeah.
And you look out in the crowd and you have no one there. You know, there was plenty of times growing up I had that, like whether it was like me playing football and I'm getting trophies, or I'm making academic scholars and shit like that, and I'm looking out and there's nobody there to support me. So, you know, those are the times and the moments that it hits the most. But when you're a kid, for the most part, like you're just living life, you know, as a kid, and it doesn't get too, I was never that deep, at least, like, you know, to really dig deep. Not until I got older, honestly. Yeah.
What age do you say that you really like dug deep into it? Like,
I would say, it honestly, like, even after I got adopted, I wasn't like, I didn't really think about it. I was just kind of just going through the process of life, because like you're so young, you know, like it's not, I don't know, it's just not, it just didn't hit me like that until I got older, until I started to want to put the pieces together. I guess it's because like I never cared enough to put the pieces together. Like if you grow up without a mom or a dad, you don't have those feelings and love for those people because you never met them. So it wasn't until I got older and I was about to have my own, you know, my own child, that I started to like want to put those pieces together, you know?
now I know your foster parents are white.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So how is that? Obviously, a lot of people would judge like certain things and
That's
like the
just,
stereotypes and things like that. But from your experience, what was it like growing up in like a household like that?
Yeah, so like the thing about my parents was that, you know, I was their only child. So they didn't have any other kids. So it was like their first time being a parent as well. So like, just imagine you're adopting this like 12-year-old ghetto kid, you know, like stuck in their ways. Like everything was different. Like my dialect was different. The way I thought, the way I did everything was just different. And they're learning how to be parents for the first time with like a full grown, damn near a full grown fucking man. So like, it definitely was some like getting used to. And then also there was that color boundary and the understandings of like culture, you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't grow up with like black people or like have heavy influence with like, you know, African Americans. So it definitely took some getting used to, you know? So it was
Obviously the parent-teacher conference was probably a bit awkward.
yeah, man. You know, it was funny because like when I grew up, like as a kid, I actually used to lie. So I used to tell people, because I am part Spanish. So I would say that my dad was Spanish and then my mom was like my stepmom. So like my adoptive mom was my stepmom, and it used to hurt her so bad. But like I grew up getting bullied just for being a foster kid. So like I didn't want to experience, you know, more bullying. Like, you know how kids are. Kids are just kids. So
I was bullied.
I just kind of just lied about it and kind of got past like through that. So, you know, I'm sorry. I love my parents so much and I'm so appreciative of them. But like at that time, like as a kid, like you just want to live life and not just be judged by, you know, your situation, you know? Yeah.
Now, when did you find a passion for creating content? Like, obviously a lot of people know you as Prettyboyfredo. Like, you're like one of the OG veterans in YouTube.
OG vet.
You veteran.
MVP.
Oh, literally MVP.
I'm the MVP.
MVP.
Yeah.
You're literally the MVP of YouTube. And like, what made you do that? Like, what made you come into the YouTube space?
So I was actually in college. I was going to the University of Central Florida.
Oh, you went to UCF?
Yeah, I went to UCF.
Oh my gosh.
But I don't want to say it like I was doing, you know what I'm saying? Like a nigga was finna graduate with like a, like I was like a super senior, like kind of bullshitting. Like I was at college just kind of wasting my time.
What was you studying?
I was studying accounting.
Accounting?
Yeah, because
I would not expect that, not gonna lie.
I don't know, like my parents have like accountants in their family. Like they're like the head CEO of what is it? What is that tractor shit called? What is that tractor shit called?
Oh no, my brain.
What is it called? Anyway, the CEO is a part of my family's, they're a part of my parents' family. And he's a multi-millionaire. So like I ain't gonna lie, I saw some money and I was like, fuck, like this might be something I wanted to do. My parents kind of supported it. So like at that time I was doing accounting. I had failed that bitch like 30 fucking times. There was no way I was gonna fucking make it. But I was in college, I was kind of bullshitting, And then I kind of just stumbled into like Twitch, into like YouTube. You know, at that time, it wasn't like niggas that, you know, really on and kind of doing it. Like you can kind of see it now. But there was a few people out there I seen doing it and I kind of got inspired by it. I was always like a little gamer and shit. So like, I just kind of like stumbled into it. It was something that just kind of happened, you know? And it's Tractor Supply. That's what it's called. And bless you.
Tractor Supply. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Tractor
I was like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. So the CEO of Tractor Supply is actually like a part of my parents' family. Like, and I've seen the shit that this dude has like in firsthand, like big ass fucking cribs and shit. So like, it was inspiring as a kid, you know?
So that, you feel like that motivated you to do accounting, but obviously now with YouTube, you was able to skyrocket through that and make some boundaries, because a lot of people, like, for example, like of the black culture, obviously, in 2016, they wasn't really blowing up like that.
Nah, hell no. It was no niggas like really doing this shit like how you see it now. You know what I'm saying? Like today you can see all these different people and you can see that this shit makes sense. Like you can make money from it. Like, but at that time I could just see a few people doing it, but I didn't know I was gonna get to the point that I'm at now. Like, I didn't know I could become a millionaire. I didn't know that I could make a name for myself, that people will recognize me like anywhere I go, you know, type shit. So.
Why do you feel like people are attracted to you? Like, why do you feel like people engaged with you? Like what makes like?
I honestly think it's just like, you know, when I started YouTube, I just was always myself, you know, like just carefree, wild, just energetic, just having fun, like just being myself. I felt like it was something they had never saw before, so they just kind of gravitated towards it. They gravitated towards my energy because like how I am in real life, like I'm very energetic. I love to have fun. Like I'm just a lit nigga, like in general. So I think that's what like made them gravitate, because at that time there was nothing on the internet like that, you know?
Yeah. And you had your little puns like, I forgot. Oh my God, it's been so long. I've seen your YouTube videos. You was like, what was the thing when you used to do the shot? And used to be like,
I was like, let that bitch drop.
Let that bitch drop.
Yeah.
And then obviously, how long were you with Jasmine? Like, was you with her during the time that you were doing 2K?
So like, me and Jasmine, we met like shortly after high school. We actually went to the same high school. And we met shortly after, and we were together for quite a while. Like before I started YouTube, we were probably together for like, I would say like 3 years, maybe. And then when I started to blow up and shit, you know, she was there the whole time.
So obviously you went from gaming to now doing more social experience with real life pranks and like relating it to 2K. Like obviously one of the biggest videos was throwing the PlayStation in the pool, the marriage proposal, and
all of that.
what more was that? But yeah, I remember what more, Florida Mall.
Nah, for
yeah,
sure.
like I think that hit 50 million views.
Yeah, no, some
and
crazy shit.
That skyrocketed you to create a whole new niche.
Yes.
And now you're like continuing with that niche. A lot of people struggle to transition.
Yes.
How do you feel that a lot of people
For me, like I was never afraid to like transition. I was never afraid to step out of the box and try something different. Like if you don't try something different, you'll never achieve anything. You know, if you stay in your comfort zone, if you stay comfortable, you're never gonna grow. So like I knew when I was doing gaming, I knew it was cool and I knew people fucked with it and I was growing and shit was getting good, but I knew if I wanted to get to that next level, I had to take it up a next level. I knew that if I added Jasmine, all right, I don't just have niggas that want to watch me, I have niggas that want to watch me and Jasmine. You know what I'm saying? I might have a few, you know, extra people. I might get some girl viewers. Like I've always known in my entire career when was the next time to transition. Like always. I never just was stagnant or just like let the time just like flow past or got too comfortable. Like I always look to level up, like no matter what, and find a way to transition and get better.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. You guys need to listen to that advice. That's a key.
No, for real. Like a lot of people there, they get scared, they get complacent, they get comfortable. Like me, I'm never comfortable. I don't care how much money I make. I don't care how much fame that I see. I don't care how many subscribers I get. Like I want more. Like I've always had the mentality, like I'm gonna be the best. I wanna be the best. I wanna be the coolest, flyest, richest nigga, like in the world, like in whatever it takes, I'm gonna get there, you know? So like, that's always like been my mindset, you know?
100%. And a lot of people, they're scared of being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people because they're scared of being uncomfortable, they never level up to the next level because they're scared of being uncomfortable. But a lot of people don't realize if you don't get uncomfortable, you're never gonna level up. You're gonna stay where you're gonna stay where you are.
You gotta take that risk. You gotta take that shot that you never take. That might be the shot that hit. But I think a lot of people too, they're just afraid to fail.
Yeah.
Like they don't understand. Like there are people that get lucky through this shit and they blow up. But there's a lot of people that had to stumble 10 times just to get to that first step. So it's like everybody's journey is different. You just gotta appreciate yours. Yeah.
Now, being a father.
Hell yeah.
Ava is the cutest
My
baby ever.
My baby. The love of my life.
I literally seen her grow up from YouTube, from losing her first tooth, everything.
Hell yeah.
Being a dad, how is that for you?
Man, being a father is one of the greatest gifts on this world. Like the moment my daughter came into this world, like my life changed and my purpose changed. And that was the first time that I experienced like truly unconditional love. Like, damn, I would do anything for this girl at any moment. And man, like being a father, like I can go on all day long about it. But like, obviously, like my situation of not having my biological parents, it inspired me to want to be a great father. Like every birthday gotta be the best. I gotta spend 30, 40, 50, 60. I don't care. Like whatever my daughter has, she has to have it because I grew up not having those things. I grew up not having that luxury of like having a great mom, having a great dad. So it's like fatherhood is like the most important thing to me. Like before YouTube, before anything, like my daughter is number one. Like she tell me leave this bitch right now, I'm gone. Whatever the fuck she needs, I'm there. So like, yeah, that's number one to me for sure.
Now, being a dad, like, and obviously going through what you went through as a foster child, it definitely molded you to be, and I gotta say, you're an amazing dad, by the way. I've been seeing your videos, like.
It's my baby.
Yeah, like, what
Shout out Ava.
Yeah, what advice would you give to her if she was watching this right now, like maybe later in the future?
Ava, when you see this in the future, just continue to be you. Be you, be great. Just be yourself. Never let the world change you. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be my advice to my daughter. Like I genuinely, like to this day, I raise her to just be herself. Like if you go on a playground, like she's the leader. She's the most confident one. Like,
you feel like she got that from you?
Yeah, she did. Like she
child.
got to live out the childhood that I couldn't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? With like no repercussions, no boundaries, no nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's so Ava, when you see that, just do that.
I love that for her. Yeah. Now, actually, I did kind of want to talk about some stuff. What's like your biggest trial that you faced in your career? Like, what do you feel like was like your biggest downfall, and how did you come up from that?
I would say like my biggest trial and my biggest downfall in all of it is like learning to always stay true to myself. Because like when you're famous and you have money, you have fame, you have access to so much shit, like you can get lost in it. Like it's very easy to like lose yourself. And I feel like at a certain point I did start to do that, because shit is different. People look at you different, like I'm no longer Alfredo when people meet me. Like I'm Prettyboyfredo, so it's like either they're gonna want something or, like, so I would just say like my biggest trial is just like really just staying true to myself, like no matter what, like always staying humble and have gratitude, through this shit, because like at any point, anything can change. Like nothing really lasts forever, So like that's what I would say is my biggest trial. Like,
I have a question. Why do you keep calling yourself the villain now, bro? Why are you the villain? Like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Like, I just watched a recent video. You were like talking about how you're the villain of everything. I'm like, why are you the villain? Like, what did you do?
They kind of clown me on TikTok about that shit. That shit's funny.
I saw that shit on TikTok.
They're like grown ass man calling himself a villain. Well, I just feel like people know me. But I feel like when you get to know me in person, it's a completely different person. Yeah. Like you've kind of met me like a few times here. Like you kind of get my vibe. Like I'm chill as fuck. But like to the internet, they kind of see me as a villain. Like they see me as a menace. And it's really because like I'm very to myself. I don't interact with a lot of people, and the people that I interact with, like, it's a small percentage of people. So like people outside of that, I don't know, like I feel like they have a different perception of me than, you know, what it truly is. And I feel like they have that villain perception. And, you know, I would say that I did a lot of things that kind of fed into that narrative. But like, you know, if you meet me and you actually sit down, you have a conversation, like you can understand who Fredo, you know, really is. You know what I'm saying? Like on a real level. And that's really what I'm trying to transition into, really into this next part of my career. It's like just naturally continue to be myself so that people can like feel like they can connect to me again, you know? And I feel like for a little bit there, like people couldn't really connect to me. Like they kind of like felt like they lost who Fredo was, you know?
Why did you take that break from YouTube? Like it's obviously been, what, a year now?
Yeah, it's been a year. Yeah, I took that break because
You felt like you were the villain?
not even no.
That
Like,
was a joke. Okay.
It was really because like, you know, it happened kind of unexpectedly. My mom, she got like super sick.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, my mom, she got super sick, and like I damn
Your
near
birth mom or your?
no, my adoptive mom.
Oh shit.
And like that was the first time, you know, I actually had to deal with something like that. Like someone close to me like almost lose their life. Like my mom was like in and out the hospital all last year. And it was the first time I had to deal with some shit like that. Like deal with someone that I love and I care about. Like I had to watch her suffer, you know, damn near every single day. So that really took a toll on me, and it took a toll on my mental, and it took a toll on like my grind. Like I didn't want to get up and go grind because I'm, you know, thinking one of these days my mom could possibly, you know, leave this earth. So it was that, and then it was also like me kind of getting away from like really like why I wanted to do this YouTube shit to begin with. So like it was a combination of things, and I feel like God put me in a position where I needed to step back. Like I needed to take that break. I needed to get the fuck out of that shit so I can get my mind right. I can focus up and, you know, like they say, lock in. Like I needed to really get shit right, and that break really did a lot for me, honestly, like for real. And she's doing a really good job interviewing. I ain't gonna lie. Like her questions are flowing fucking crazy, like fast. Like she is like this. You're really good.
I appreciate
For real.
you. Thank
Like
you,
I ain't
man.
gonna lie. She's so fucking good at this.
Damn, now I'm stuck.
Yeah, she's good.
I'm
Like
joking,
damn,
I'm
I'm
joking.
surprised. Like you're really good.
Now, so obviously with your mom, she's obviously your rock, and like
Yeah,
she's helped you out a
yes.
lot. How do you process, like, because I actually was last year, well, not last year, 2 years ago, my grandma, she raised me. So I actually lost her through
Damn.
sickness.
Rest in
And
peace.
I actually wasn't able to be there with her because I was so focused on being a mother and
Yeah.
doing things like that. Do you feel like the break helped you mentally?
Hell yeah.
Do you feel like a lot of people focus too much? Because I felt like I was focused a lot on my career, and I
Yeah.
regretted it.
Yeah.
I regretted it because like now I'm not gonna get the time back that
Yeah.
I was supposed to get with my grandma. She pretty much raised me. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that's another thing. Like the past like 8 years, like, man, I've been crazy into my career. Like, you know, there was plenty of times I put my family on the back stool, you know, especially my parents. Like I was living in
how do you balance that?
Yeah, I was living in New York, like away from my family for like these past like 3 years. And, you know, shit, I came back and life just fucking crashed. Like, and it kind of just put perspective, like, damn, I gotta really appreciate these people while they're here. I gotta, you know, show them love. So it is a hard balance, you know, like if you wanna be successful and you wanna be great, you can't be there all the time. Like it's impossible. Like how can I be a millionaire, but you can't be a lazy millionaire? It's like, you just can't. Like you gotta keep going, and you gotta keep the business going, and you gotta keep shit going. But at the same time, you can't lose track of like things that are more important outside of the money, like family, my daughter, you know, my relationships outside of that. So it is a hard thing to balance. And that is a struggle that I had for a long time. And yeah, taking that break away allowed me to like, all right, Fredo, you gotta slow down. Like you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta watch this, you gotta watch that. So it's like, I don't think there's ever a perfect balance, but you know, life hits you in certain ways where like you got to wake up on certain shit, you know? So that's kind of what it was for me. And I feel like God, he put me through, damn, like some crazy times last year, like to the point like I'm in the hospital on Thanksgiving. I'm in that bitch, I'm crying. Like it was tough, but it built me so much more stronger this year that I can just look at everything so different. I just have so much more gratitude. I'm a lot more humble about things. And I don't know, I appreciate little things more, you know? Like over a year ago, I definitely wouldn't be sitting on this couch. Like 100%. Like no disrespect to you, but like life just hit me so different. It made me appreciate people more. Like shit, you helping me with my videos and shit. Like usually I'll just kind of brush that shit off, you know, because I'm that nigga. Like, all right, people gonna do this type of shit. But like now I'm like, damn, I can't just take from people and not give back. I can't like, so now I look at life different, like where I want to give back more to the world. I want to give back more. Like I've always been giving back. Like I've always done that through my entire career, but I want to do it more. And I want to genuinely mean it.
Do you feel like that's now your purpose?
Yeah, 100%. Like to get back onto my original purpose. My original purpose was to always help people. And I feel like as I got more down the road, I got a bit more selfish and I got a lot more distracted. And now I'm trying to like, you know, get back on that purpose of like, you know, just appreciating shit more and just giving back to the world more.
Yeah, because I remember seeing videos of you like giving back to the homeless and things like that. And I was like, man, Fredo's really like, this is inspiring. Like a lot of people looked at it and was like, wow, this is like really inspiring. I want to do that. I want to do that. Like I want to serve people and do things like that. So you have a big heart, and then on top of that too, you inspire others. Like, you know, I'm young. I'm only 24. Imagine when like 16-year-olds and things like that, they're gonna look at you and be like, yo, like, I really want to be like this person. Even like when it comes to YouTube videos and things like that too, 2K. The pranks, everything. A lot of people look at it like, I remember when I was like 16, I was like, yo, I really want to be like, I want to like, be like, I wouldn't say be just like you, but I want to like be on that level where I could be like, like, you know what, like, I'm that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
But yeah, I feel like you really like did your part, man. Like, I know it's a lot, I know it's really hard, like sometimes in life be life. Like,
nah, it does, it be fucking you up type shit,
you've got that on lock. I'm going to say that. You've definitely got it on lock, and you kept that balance. Like, you took that break, and then now you're, like, going for the forefront. What can we expect from you, like, coming up now? Like, the comeback of Fredo? Like.
Yeah, I have that, you know, Kobe is, like, a big idol of mine. And he has such a strong mentality towards, like, just dominating and being the best. So, like, that's, like, my goal. Like anything that I do, I want to be the very fucking best. Like I can't accept being second, third, fourth, fifth. Like I need to be the best. So what you can expect from me is just like to continue to dominate in anything that I'm doing. Like I want to be one of those guys that have like, you know, like that's just talked about forever. Like I want to be like a Bernie Mac, Steve Harvey, Martin Lawrence, like the big names, like people like, you know, really look up to these people and like their names are cemented in excellency. Like that's what I envision for myself in entertainment. Like I want to be the very fucking best, like nothing less than that. So whatever it takes to do that and, you know, maintain myself and my soul and my dignity, you know, I want to do that. So 100%.
Man, that's amazing, man. I want to ask you a question because I go
ask some spicy shit. You can ask me whatever the fuck you want to ask.
I go through this too. Shit. How do you deal with haters, bro? Like, I be going through this shit. I'm like, fuck y'all.
Yo, I swear she got the script,
shit?
Bro.
How do you deal with this shit, man?
Man, I get a lot of fucking hate.
You do? I be seeing it.
Motherfuckers be hating, bro. Yeah. Like, when you broke.
I'm not gonna lie. I've seen videos of like, Prettyboyfredo is broke. Or like, Prettyboyfredo is scamming people. Or the beef with DDG and Kai Cenat. Like, everybody be bashing. I'm like, wait, what happened with DDG? By the way, I want to get spicy with it. I want to get real spicy. What happened with DDG? So, I actually.
All right, I'm gonna answer your first question. Yeah. And then we'll go to that. So first and foremost, I do get a lot of hate. You know, how I see it is like you signed up for this shit. Like it's a roller coaster, right? Like you're not always gonna be hated. You're not always gonna be loved, nigga. Like that's just how niggas are. Like one second, no diddy. Like niggas is on your dick. The next second, niggas hate you. The next second, they love you. The next nigga, this life. When you famous, you got money. You got things that people want. People are envious of. People don't think you deserve. People don't think you earned. They hate that shit. They do. And there's a lot of niggas out there that hate they fucking life. Like they hate to see other people happy. So like, I don't take any offense to the hate, you know? And if it is something that they hate of me because maybe I did to myself, you know, it is what it is. But like, I give everybody, you know, the opportunity to feel however they feel. And I hope that if you continue to watch me, you continue to, you know, support the things that I do, you can see like who I truly am. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's all I can hope. But like, you can't make everybody happy. Like if you're on the internet, niggas is gonna hate. Like niggas gonna love you one second, niggas gonna hate. That's just how life goes. Now I go with the next question. I'm gonna make sure you get your clip right.
Wait. What would you say to your haters right now? Actually, I do want to go into
Nah,
that.
I would wish nothing but love and prosperity and genuineness.
You're so nice.
Nah, because like
personally,
I'm
I would say fuck y'all.
I'm not a hateful. I'm not a hateful person though. Like people probably think like I'm a hater type shit because like all they see online, like because I don't really politic with other YouTubers and shit like that, and it's always just like some weird shit like that. But me in real life, I'm not like that. I'm not like a beef type nigga. I'm not like none of that. I don't have no hate in my heart, so I can't put that out there. You know?
You know a beef type.
Been in a few beefs now. We've been in a few beefs.
Tell me what happened with Now I am a fan of this person. I'm a fan of both of the persons.
Oh shit.
So it's kind of like it's a bit hard. What happened with DDG, man? What happened
That's a great question. That's a really good question. Well, you know, well, first and foremost, I got to say this, like, as a black man, I just simply can't hate on another black man. Like, I support and I, appreciate greatness of my race, like, no matter, in any race. But, like, if it's another black, I cannot hate on another black man. Me and this guy's beef has just been a long history of just bullshit. And honestly, like, it's irrelevant to me.
Was it over a basketball game?
Yeah, it actually was. It was over a basketball game, over some stupid shit. And I'm not gonna lie, like, at that time, I was being a sore loser. Like, at that time, we were playing one-on-one, and I ended up losing. And in those times, like, losing a one-on-one was like getting your chain snatched. Like, in the black community.
Someone who played 2K.
Yeah, it was like the ultimate disrespect. So, like, I was being like a sore loser, to say the least. And one thing led to another, and it just sprung into some other shit. But, like, me personally, I don't have no hate for him. Ain't no beef on my side. It's irrelevant to me at this point. And shit, I wish him nothing but the best,
Would you say you squashed it right now?
I wouldn't say it's squashed because it definitely has gone too far on both sides. Okay. Like, there were some things said on one side, there were some things said on the other side, but, like, me personally, I ain't no thug or no type shit like that. So I'm like, I'm not saying like I'll, do something if I see him. Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm not even that type of nigga. I'm a fucking YouTuber. But, like, in reality though, like, that shit doesn't affect my real life. It doesn't affect my money. It doesn't affect nothing to do with my family. I don't have hate. I don't have niggas come up in real life and, like, show me no type of hate. Like, it's always love. Anywhere I go is nothing but love. People just, they respect me. When they see me, they respect me because I feel like the energy you put out, you're always going to get back. And I don't put out that, like, rah, like, I'm finna, I don't put out that type of shit. So, like, I don't get that type of energy back, Yeah.
What about with Kai?
Yeah,
I mean,
she want these clips. She want these clips. The funny thing about that is that bro dissed me about something from like 2 years ago. And
so he came at you first.
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
But it was because of association. Like, it was kind of like a group versus group type of thing. So, like, he dissed me for somebody in his group, basically. Nothing personal though. Like, I don't know him.
Was it Asian?
Yeah, I guess it's that dude. But I don't know him. I know
he used to play 2K.
Yeah, I don't know him. Never spoke to him. Never had a conversation. Nothing. Nothing. Like, I knew who he was. Type shit. I knew he was coming up, but there was no personal beef. You feel me? And he dissed me about something from like 2 years ago. I kind of sat on it a little bit. Like, I didn't respond right away because I knew it. Like, if I respond, then I'm looked at as a hater. You know what I'm saying? If I don't say nothing to black people and to niggas, it's like, oh, you a bitch. you a pussy. Oh, you this, you a that. So like for the longest, I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to respond. And then kind of last second, I responded. Then when I respond back with a diss track coming back, it looked like I was a hater. So it was just like a really weird situation. And I wish like, you know, I spent more time on like podcasts and shit like that. So like people can understand the real behind it, because like and on YouTube, if you only see somebody dissing, you only see somebody hating, like you just look like a hating ass nigga. Like some of the more prominent things that people see from me with like other YouTubers, it's like beef. And it's like, you know, dissing, and it's like hating, and it's like, I'm not even like that. Like in real life, I don't get into shit like that.
Do you
like,
regret doing them?
Do I? Hell no. Hell.
He's
Fuck
like, yeah, I wanted to smoke.
Hell fucking no. Like in the nigga community, in the black community, like you gotta stand on your feet.
Yeah,
you can't you gotta stand on business. You can't let nobody push you over. You can't let nobody throw a shot at you and you can't come back. Like, can you be the bigger person and just let it go? Like J. Cole type shit, you know? Like, imagine if I J. Cole, like, no. You know, like J. Cole's being the bigger person right now, but to the black community, like, nah, nigga, fuck that. Stand on what you did. So, like, no, I don't regret it at all. No, hell no.
Whew. Well, man.
Yeah.
Well, let's get
Yo,
to
she
the
got
topic, bro.
good motherfucking questions. It's crazy.
I'm doing
Like,
this off the top of my head right
That's
now.
crazy.
It's like,
I'm not gonna lie.
Let's get
These
to
are
a
really
different
good.
topic, though. What's some top 3 qualities you look for in a relationship right now?
Damn. Wow, that's a great question. I would say number 1 would be loyalty. I would say loyalty is like really hard to find, especially in this like TikTok era. Like girls are moving so fast and they don't know how to just like, you know, be by a man like through thick and thin.
The
so
sexy
like,
red stuff. That's simple.
yeah, I'm not even interested in that. Like, I wouldn't, like, no disrespect to sexy rat, but like, I would say loyalty. I would say independence. I think independence is great. Like, I've always been like a provider. So like, I've always provided for the women that I've been with. So it's kind of nice to see like women doing things on their own, like having shit going on for themselves. Like, I think that's beautiful. And like, I want to be a cheerleader one day. Like, I want to cheer them on. You know, there's always somebody kind of cheering me on and supporting my career. I want to cheer somebody else on. And then I would say the third and last thing that I would look for is loyalty. I would say loyalty. What did I say? Independence. And I would say, what would be the last one? I would just say like good energy, like good vibes. You know, like I'm a big person on like energy. Big person on vibes. Like I want to smile. I want to laugh. I want to love. I want to, you know, experience life in a great and positive way. Like anything outside of that, nah, I'm not really looking for that. Like that type of shit. You know? No ratchet shit.
No ratchet shit.
No. That was a good question though. That was a really good question.
Okay.
This shit is flowing off the top of her head, which is insane.
wanna...
Shakira, you like shocked me.
Really?
Because I did a biopic on my own. And it was, like, I swear to God, I'll show you the scripts. It was damn near the same questions.
Are you serious?
I swear to God. Like, to the T. Like, it's crazy. You did amazing. Like,
I appreciate that,
swear
man.
to God.
Now, I actually did want to ask you, because, you know, a lot of people do look up to you. Like,
hell yeah.
You make bare bread, not gonna lie to you. Like,
shit,
that YouTube check probably be coming in, not gonna lie.
Don't put me out like that. Don't put me out like that. Yeah, don't put a target on me.
What's the most you've made, like, in a month? Like,
oh, shit. I don't know if I can say this. Y'all might look at me different. Huh? You might look at me different. I never told YouTube this ever.
Never.
I've never.
We're getting exclusive.
I've never said this ever. I've never told anyone ever. I'll give it to you, the exclusive for Shakira. All right, so the most I ever made, it's gonna sound crazy. Don't look at me different. All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. It was 300. 300,000.
Whoa, in a month?
In a month.
Dang.
It was like 200,000.
Was this during your prime?
No.
What?
Because
not during like the proposal plans and stuff?
No.
Whoa.
I made more money as I grew in my career. Like, I'm telling you, 2020 was for creators was an amazing year. 2020, 2021, 2022, money. Mm-hmm. So the most I ever made in 1 month was 300,000. It was like 200 from like YouTube, 100,000 in some other places. Yeah.
What?
Crazy, yeah. Great.
YouTube.
Don't come get me, feds. Please don't come get me.
They said the IRS is coming. The IRS is coming right now. How was it? Obviously, you grew up with foster parents. Meeting your biological parents, you actually documented that.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I actually watched the whole thing. I think that was one video where I was like really inspired.
Yeah.
And like actually felt really moved. I was actually in tears, to be honest with you.
That's what's
like
up.
it really moved me a lot. And like that experience for you, like meeting them, seeing what you could have been, the lifestyle you could have been in, like the ghetto, like your dad was homeless on the side of the street, like under a bridge. Your mom, like,
it's a reality check.
Like, she like cried when she saw you at the door. Like, I like, how did you feel like going through that emotion, and how did you even get in contact with them? Yeah,
it was crazy. So like, man, how did I? It was crazy. I did some like Google. Like Google can narrow some shit down for real. Like I've always known like who my biological parents were. Like I knew their names and stuff like that. So I knew ways to like find them if I ever needed to. Also, I'd gone and seen my dad and my mom before. I had never seen them like at the same time, like together. And I never like asked them the hard questions and stuff like that. So like I knew how to get to them, but I never did it that way. It was like on different, like through foster care, I seen them at different times, basically. So like I knew how to get to them, and I knew my sister had contacted them. So long story short, I decided one day, like I wanted to meet them. I wanted to, put that shit, face it in real life and ask some like hard questions I had never asked before. Use Google, got it down, got numbers, got addresses, and, made it happen. And then when I met them, like I'm not gonna lie, like it wasn't
what you expected.
It wasn't what I was expecting, like it was what it was though. It was reality.
Did it crush you a little bit?
It didn't crush me because like I have loving parents. Like my adoptive parents, that like those are the people that, I will give my life to. Like I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful for them. So it's like I didn't have any want to I never wanted them. I never wanted to be with them, or like I never needed them. I had my parents. So it's like when I met them, it was just like, this is what it is, this is who they are, and you just accept them for who they are, and you just forgive them for the past. So like, that just kind of what it was.
Was it hard? Because a lot of people, I mean, there's probably kids who've been in foster homes and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
Was it hard for you to forgive them for leaving? And how was that process for you? Because, I mean, me personally, it's hard for me to forgive because I'm such a like kind-hearted, and I'm always like, just always serving people and putting myself like out there to like if I had my last, I'd give it to somebody. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do you process forgiving?
So like the biggest thing that helped me like forgive my parents was my daughter, because like I became a father, I became a parent, I became what I understood what it took to be a parent. I understood what it took to be a father. So like, it almost made them look like a poor excuse, It almost made them look like, how could you not do this? Like, this is easy. Nigga, you just show up. Like, you just be there. This is all you have to do. You just have to be there and give love unconditionally. How could you simply not do that? And me understanding what love was like, and then seeing their situation and everything, like, it made me forgive them, because I understood that, life just doesn't turn out perfect for everyone, and it's not always gonna be a fairy tale situation. So like, initially it was hard because I was like, damn, like this isn't that hard, like I am a dad. Like I know what it takes to be a dad, but then also I gotta look at their circumstance. Like my mom wasn't always on I don't wanna say the spectrum, but like always just normal. Like I can't really explain it. But like, and then my dad is like an immigrant from Costa Rica. Like it's a tough situation. Like it's almost like a losing situation. Like anybody that comes from that situation gonna fail 99% of the time. So I can only be thankful that they put me in a better situation where I can actually make something of myself. So, it was definitely hard to come to terms with, but like meeting them, putting everything in perspective, like I'm thankful. I'm thankful that, I am where I am,
What's your relationship like with them now?
I'm gonna be honest, like I don't talk to them as much as I can. but I do communicate with like my father's family. So like my father's family lives in Costa Rica. I've gone to Costa Rica. I went and visit them. Like, I would think that's like the most beautiful thing that I got from them was like being able to get cousins and aunts and shit like that. Like that was something that was something that I always wanted, like to experience my culture. And my culture is like Costa Rica, like one of the most beautiful places in the world. So like I went there. I went to my family. I met them, and they, you know, they welcomed me with so much love, and like they had pictures of me when I was like a baby and shit like that. So I think that was like the most, that was like the most beautiful thing that I gained from it. And that is basically where I'm at now. Like I talk to them probably more than I talk to my dad. I'm not gonna lie. Wow. Yeah, like not to be fucked up, but like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Like nothing against like my dad and like my mom, but like, I'm famous. I'm this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, would it be the same if I wasn't, you know? Like,
I want to ask you something because I mean, not to put their parents on there, but not to like put your parents on like thing, but obviously because you're famous and obviously
it's a weirder situation.
Yeah. Do they like ask you for money and like, do they like press you like, oh yeah, because you're my son, I'm supposed to get this? Like,
so honestly, they don't ask me for anything.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
They don't. Like they've been respectful enough, but there were little times that there were hints and there were little things like that. I just do really well at separating myself. Like I never get. I get close to people, but I don't get too close. I don't get too close where they feel comfortable, where they can just ask me anything. So like, I keep a close, far distance. Like I'm close enough where you can catch me, but I'm far enough where you can't grab me. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. So it's like, it's a weird situation. And like being famous and being these things, like you gotta question the people around you. You gotta question their motives. Like, you know, would they have wanted to meet me if I was still that dirty ghetto kid, you know, still in the hood? Or do they just want to meet me because I'm Prettyboyfredo? You know, like one of the first things they said when they saw me was like, Prettyboyfredo, you know? Like that's weird. Like, do you not just say Alfredo or like Fredo, but you're like Prettyboyfredo? That already gives off the thing. It's like you're looking at me for like who I became, not who I am, you know? Yeah.
Was that disappointing to you? Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. In that moment when I met them and they're like Prettyboyfredo, it was weird as shit. It was fucking
I saw
weird.
it on your face.
Like,
yeah, este me dijo Prettyboyfredo. Dios lo bendiga. That's my son, Prettyboyfredo. God bless. Go ahead, put it out. Okay.
it was super fucking weird, bro. And I was just like, man, this is, you know, but like, so at first it was weird, and then I kind of got settled in, and I gave them the benefit of the doubt, and I just, you know, I got comfortable with it.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
That's
some
hard.
weird shit.
What advice would you give to someone who's a foster kid right now?
Yeah.
Because they would relate to your story a lot.
I would say if you're in foster care right now, or if you're in a, you know, in a tough, uncomfortable situation, just, you know, life is only what you make of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think that like at any moment it could be in the end of life, but in reality, like life doesn't end until you decide. So if you decide to allow things from your past to dictate your future, you're gonna be stuck. Like your life is done. But if you allow yourself to overcome your past and overcome those feelings and not be stuck in the past and, you know, envision a brighter and better future, it can happen and it will happen. So I would say to anybody that's in those situations, never dwell. Like always look forward to the future. Always put yourself in a better situation, because life is what you make of it. If you tell yourself you're gonna be a millionaire, you're gonna be in a mansion, you're gonna be the best YouTuber, you can and you will be those things if you apply yourself. But if you dwell and you stay stuck, you're never gonna progress. You're never gonna get in a better situation.
Woof. That hit me to the core.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit the TikTok right now. I'm trying to get the TikTok.
Hit me to the core. Yeah, that's going on TikTok right away. All right, so we're gonna play a quick game.
Let's do it.
You could travel to any year in a time machine.
Oh shit.
What year would you choose?
And when?
Any year in a time machine. What year would you choose? It could be future. It could be your past.
Damn, I'm kind of loving this moment right now. Let me see. I would say probably 2016.
2016?
2016.
Prime era.
Yeah. I just want to be this broke, hungry kid again. If I can travel anytime, it would be that. before the perceptions, before the drama, before the beats, before the money, before everything. 2016, like right where life was just like, you know, things were starting to look so beautiful and there's so much uncertainty. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much like, how do you say it? Like there's so much like want for the future, you know?
I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Oh,
Who is your celebrity crush, man?
Damn.
If you had one celebrity crush,
Oh,
who would it be?
Is Christina, like, she a celebrity or no? Is that a celebrity or no?
Christine?
Damn, I would say celebrity crush. Oh, actually, I got one for you.
Oh.
Zoe Kravitz.
Oh. Oh, I was not expecting that one.
Zoe, no?
Yeah, I wasn't.
Oh, I love Zoe Kravitz is like no disrespect, Christine. Like, you know, other than Christine, like one of the baddest women in the world. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, she's just fucking beautiful. And I love Batman too. Like, that shit is crazy. I love Batman. I love the new Batman too. That was a dope ass movie.
I want to check out the new Joker movie with
Yeah, the Joker 2 is gonna be crazy. Yeah,
what?
hell yeah.
All right, so
Christine and then Zoe Kravitz. In that order.
In that order.
In that order.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Love that for you, man.
Yeah.
All
in
right.
that order.
Oh
Zoe
my God.
Kravitz, she's bad.
No, she
Her
is
mom
bad.
was bad as fuck too.
If I had a celebrity crush, damn.
Who would it be? I'm actually curious. I know you like niggas, so I know you like. I should take a guess.
Yeah, take a guess.
You look like you like hood niggas. I don't know why. I just give like don't y'all think she might like hood niggas? I just got that feeling.
So
I would say if I had to pick a hood nigga, damn. Who's like lit right now? I don't even know nobody like. Who's like the lit? Like, not Drake. I wouldn't say Drake. Maybe.
Drake,
I wouldn't say Drake. Actually, I don't know. Who? Who would it be?
Who would it be? Honestly, it's not no hood person.
No?
It's a hood, yeah.
Oh,
My baby daddy was a nerd. Like,
Oh shit! So you like nerdy niggas? Okay.
But I'd say like Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
Quincy.
I can't agree with this shit, but
Diggy
okay.
Simmons. Yeah.
No Diddy.
No. Oh yeah. Sorry, Quincy. About that whole thing. Man, let's wrap this up because I know I gotta get to work, man. But
that was fucking beautiful.
I want to ask you one more thing.
Hell yeah.
If you had advice, because there's a lot of people who want to get into the YouTube game,
Yeah.
a lot of people who look up to you. What advice would you give to someone who's young or maybe even old, maybe even 80s? I don't give a damn.
I would.
What advice would you give to them?
I would say continue to be yourself. Just fucking be you. Like unapologetically be yourself. Like no matter what. Like if people hate you, people love you, just continue to be yourself. Let life flow as it is and just, enjoy life.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna add to that, stay consistent.
And consistency.
Stay consistent because you just don't know what's gonna pop off. Like it doesn't matter if the next video you get has 20 views and then the next one could probably get like 20K views. Like you just don't know what's gonna hit. So just continue to stay consistent, persistent, and keep pushing towards your dream.
Yeah. No, definitely consistency in that, 100%. If you stick by those, no matter at what level in your career, you'll make it.
100%. Man, so I'm gonna wrap up this episode.
This was so fucking good.
I'm gonna shout out to Digital House Studios, man. Thank you guys so much for letting me use your space. Shout out to Christine, my dog. Thank you so much for engineering
She's so fucking
this.
bad. She's so fucking bad. Like, I'm not even kidding. She's so bad.
Yeah. Shout out to Fredo, man. Shout out, thank you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. This was an amazing fucking interview. Like, I've never done an interview. It's an amazing experience. Everybody, please subscribe, show love. Like, I can see like a great future in your hold. I wish you nothing but love, success, prosperity. You deserve it. Like, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for the hospitality you've been giving me in Miami. Like, I'm very appreciative of this, and I wish you millions and millions of followers and millions of dollars. Like, for real.
Man, thank you so much, man. Fredo, I always looked up to you, so thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I can't even believe this is happening in real time, guys. So I'm actually shaking a little bit, but it's okay.
Yo, you did an amazing fucking job.
Really?
You hit on every single angle.
Oh, man, I appreciate
not even
that.
kidding.
I appreciate that. So, guys, this is the Directing Through Life podcast. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your post notifications, comment down below who you want to see next on the show. and also your opinions on Fredo. Show some love, like the video, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.